and also for promote gender equality. During his speech, a dinner we organized, and I said delegation to the United Nations General Assembly, Honorable Speaker Senator Thomas intimated child marriage is globally recognized as a harmful practice, and it disempower women and girls, and they hinder gender equality. They continue for say that girls begin them not for marriage as begin, they're not supposed to marry under the age of 18. Right? On the 27th of September again 2024, the Rights for Access Information Commission then commemorated what we call the International Day for the Universal Access to Information at the Great Hall at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. I like to say the Great Hall, I think it's another building next door or something like so, because it's not confidential. The colorful commemoration was graced by the Minister of Information and Civic Education as the parent ministry and other MDA partners. Short statements they make, representative of various public institutions like Audit Service, National Monitoring and Evaluation Agencies, Leone Broadcasting Corporation, Civil Society Organizations, and the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. The Minister and Representative Ahmed Fonike Bambua briefly explained the relationship between the Ministry and the Commission and the support where the Ministry don't give the Commission for the establishment of the Commission site. On the 26th of September 2024, a foreign team on climate change and disaster initiative, now the Ministry of Commission and Civic Education, among other ministries there, offend an area of intervention for public awareness and education on disaster and climate change. The ministry asked for active role for disaster and climate change in Sierra Leone. The acting director of the ministry, Emmanuel Ebiture, explained the ministry mandate and collaboration with all MPs as the hub of government information. The foreign climate change and disaster management team was impressed and asked the minister for designing more proactive public awareness and education program there. On the 28th of September 2024, on the 28th of September 2024 in Bo City, Southern Region, Sierra Leone Association of Journalists convened an annual general meeting September 26 to 28, 2024 at Jala Venue in Toama Road, Bo. Gather over 600 journalists there, right across the country. The meeting will be titled for how for charter the way forward. New constitution for an inclusive and stronger SLAJ, and how it will serve a pivotal moment for reflect on the future of journalism in Salone. The event served as a pivotal moment for the country and media landscape with a focus on the need for inclusive accountability and a robust constitution for shape the future of journalism. SLAJ President Ahmed Said Nasrallah opened the AGM. I think saying second and final time this year. Eventually we'll get for third time not a more time agenda, not a pan the business and SLAJ. So he opened the AGM with a strong call for unity and reform within the association. Inclusion is not just a slogan, but a fundamental pillar of progress. That's now one part, the plenty thing that we talk now annual general meeting. On that note, I think so we can start now proper to Team Nayaso from the Ministry of Sports, led by the Minister herself. You get to the left of the Minister and to the far left, you get Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, National Sports Authority. I think say you not don't take reach 6 months yet. Just on 6 months yesterday. Well, congratulations. You just come into the meeting for let them congratulate you. After today now, let me will not congratulate again. Don't say now. To me far right, you get my own brother, Victor Luis, we are the Premier League board, the boss, and the number one boss today. I think you said you second him now, yeah? Also? They do second inning now because remember the last time, I mean, look for host Ministry of Sports. The last time I made the host when they come. And so I think I look get on a lot. And then I get my own brother with the Naya about and the president of this Young People Association, Thomas Daddy Brahma, who know how to pull it almost come up and in. You just holler and no see and teach holler, Daddy Brahma. So now so we know him for the most part. But just so we know Thomas day before the daddy. I tell the full name of Thomas Daddy Brahma. So let's start off. And I will start with the minister. Because now his sector is. All who are there at this table are sector players at the Ministry of Sports, one way or the other. I will give the minister the honor. But let me just, from the last week, let me tell you small, which in the happen with sports, what's the vision, which in a winning formula. And then, in addition to that one, they will not say, I think, so also don't play some 2-3 games there recently also. There was Nations Cup, I think, we'll play 2 games. And then I think there is the under 20 also. We'll play more recently, and I suspect we lost in the finals by 2-0. But even getting to the finals, even getting to the finals alone, I think qualify for, for going under 20 African Nations Cup, I suspect. But Madam Minister, I will give you the opportunity for letting you take me through your ministry and waiting at the winning formula going forward.
Thank you very much. I want to extend profound gratitude to the Ministry of Information and of course the government of Sierra Leone for making these things that are happening weekly happen, because this is a way where we inform the general public. Though we get beyond all the activities, there are different times talking to the public, but this one I know is number one. That's the reason why I put all of the things set aside today, because as you know, we're just coming from Liberia, we're so tired, we have other things on the table to look at. We're supposed to even get a meeting at this time, the same time, but because of the national call, we are here today just to make sure we address the things then when we're supposed to address to inform the public and know the things are working. I think the last time we had come, we talked a lot of things, but that was just the beginning of things. When I was just appointed as a Minister of Sport. And we have a role, a big role. But what I always want to tell the public is that we work as a unit. In other words, even when you see the National Sport Authority on my left, you see Sierra Leone Football Association, when I just one really represents all the associations that Sierra Leone Football you talk about. You find out that the ministry is the umbrella that is supervising all of these bodies. And we said, get we own plans for move on. Before we came here, all I told you is to add salt, to make sure that we develop the sport entity in Sierra Leone for move up from one stage to another, and not just another, but a better another. I think we discussed one thing where we all know says sports, they touch everybody in life. So that made you see we have more reporters here. There is no way you can do without sport. Let me just digress a bit. From the day where you conceived in the womb of your mother, if movements not been take place, you wouldn't have been here. We're not open a lecture room here. But you know, say, that union they will take place. Now only when it move, go down into the womb, because they happen at the fallopian tube. Only when movement take place, it push you down to the womb. Then it will make you get a safe place for live, for grow, and today they don't born you, don't turn waterman. So there is no way we can look down on movements, which is basically sport. And there's definitely that is responsible, always they emphasize that. Because apart from going abroad to get laurels or even nationally, we also have a role for people's health. When I almost say we involve in sport, it will make you feel healthy, better than how you did. And therefore I want to admonish you always to listen that sport is important in your life, and it takes you to places. It takes you physically, it takes you emotionally, it takes you intellectually, and even socially. So when we come, we talk about all the developments along the line that day. You know, the physical structures, we all know, say what we can, we talk about it. And we know it's a challenge, because you cannot do sport on bare ground anymore. It's getting out of that particular tune. So we have been working assiduously, encouraging those who have to be encouraged, especially the Sierra Leone Football Association is here today, and you know what they do through the National Sports Authority. And you see today, majority of the ground they will go to play football, you see and say, they get tough. If we not been get good working relationship, probably it would have been diverted somewhere else. But you know, we all understand, say yes, football being number one sport where everybody interested in, I mean the interest of people, it should have a facelift. And definitely, I may get different ones, and today, what with the block, but you see tough now they go, you know, come up play you by the team, and I make sometimes and the visual sports people are not serious, because when you come out to do the sport, you black so we don't just want to limit it to football, we want to do it for many others. And the NSA will tell you more about that, because then they deal with the companies or associations then directly in dealing with that. Though we are informed, and we also people to be blessed in a way. And we have been talking, we have been going to places. As I sit here, we also realize that the number one man in this country, who is the president of our country, is so much interested in sport. You all know, even the Premier League was dying when they came in recent, and it is actually a moving lot for the development of sport in the country. So we cannot say we begin charity and we don't come back home. So we have been doing all of these infrastructural development plans. We also take them on board, say, in own tune, where it always go at the end of the year to celebrate the people, and it can get sport for do. It's one thing that we have to look into and see how we can improve the standard there so that it will come up. We engage with schools, we engage with universities, because we know, say, picking them or students that they pay fees, we don't engage with them. And that fees that they pay, especially for sport, should be used in a way to develop those grounds. And we get a good working relationship in that line. We in the Ministry of Education, we don't even go there and form committee for see how we go better organize the things of sporting and infrastructure. And you know, one of the big 5 game changers of the country, infrastructural development. So we are also working on it hand in gloves. We don't go to the Ministry of Lands for proper, some serious decisions where we don't take, where we want land for use. Like even the football wants a center, a professional center. We went there. The NOC also wants a professional center. We went there. We also went there to see how the Bow Stadium can be resurveyed, because we know already there are problems. And today, as I sit here, the Bow Stadium is resurveyed, and we have the documents, and we are now working towards fencing in a way that people will never intrude into that particular stadium. Well, we also note the stadium that is going on now, the rehabilitation will go on. When Akaya, one of the things we'll discuss is what's the way forward. You people want to see a stadium. But why the stadium was not seen or has not been seen is because there are important triggers, important things that inside there where we left out, and we don't come together again for work towards that. And that the touch, especially international competitions. That is, the stadium was going on without seats installation. But now, I am proud to say, with the intervention of the various stakeholders, including the president himself, we don't able to forget it. Go ahead with the Chinese people, they rehabilitate, and they don't agree. Even last week, they were in the ministry to confirm that there is only one more expert they're waiting to come, and definitely the seat rehabilitation will start. And that will lift me up. There are so many other engagements that we don't make, not to all people talk, you know, they say, well, that snake will come out big, and we hide small. So some of these things we're not going to say all here, but what we promise you is that we continue with infrastructural development, because we need that. And the NSA, through us, together working hands and in glove, have been doing a lot we know didn't happen before. Because if we need to promote sports, we need to give support to those bodies that are involved in the sport. And we always know, say, we get sporting associations that we can go far and wide, and they don't go most of them come back with medals. From when we left Nanaya, we go to the All African Games, and we know that in the very first time this we come with gold medal. All right, and many other associations and also don't go out, including handball, including cycling. They all go out, gymnastics. They all go out and count medals. And these are the things you have to showcase to give value to money. Because we sport until the stadium open, we're not going to generate funds now. Governments, they do what they able for do for support we. And then competitions are necessary for make we all know how the associations stand. And wait till we go proper, because the technical win day and the NSA, so that they will push together with the associations there and give the medicine we will make we move up. And today, I think with regards we are glad to say that even when we went to the International Olympic Games, we were able to improve on our performance. The athletes were able to come up as compared to the previous. And don't forget, say sport is not just about coming first. It's about improvement in your performance. And that makes you actually encourage and see how you can move on better than that. And we also, as I always say, we try for me, we build up the working relationship. And that is being built up. It's going up stage by stage. Before this time, the NSA was going in another direction, and the ministry on the opposite. But we fight very hard for them to be seen as one ministry working together that is developing sport. And that's the reason why you don't see us coming into the public to fight, because we try to understand each other small. It's not an easy thing, but we agree to understand. And also we mistake will be correctly said. And also we will reach also. And also we reach, as we go, we reach finally. Yeah. And we are also emphasizing what we say, capacity building. We have been going far and wide. And I want to say kudos to the Chinese people. They have been very supportive. They have been helping us to send some of our technical people to go to their country to help them, improve technically, so that we'll be able to use them nationally in this country. And today I am so happy that for the very first time, the U20 football team, which I see as a dream team, because that's the growing team, has qualified us in the under-20, AFCON, tournaments, which is a big thing. And I think I was expecting you people to give applauses, because you know football, because that's a big thing that we always have to do. Thank you. That's the president, there's no way.
If I forgot to follow.
Yes. And you see, I don't say Football Association said go talk, Leone on the AFCON senior. Also, we've gone and definitely we've got a point. It's not a situation where we're zero. And we have more matches. We are working in tandem and in block to make sure that the mistakes that when they happen, we correct them. I mean, we meet immediately after every game now, And you see the World Cup, we don't go, at 4 points we get. You see, so everybody will do in your own. It's not been easy. Neither can use this forum with regards funding. And you see the NSA in line with us also starts consultation with the Sports Development Fund, which is very important. If you as sports person, say sports not a cheap thing. It's not easy. You cannot just rely on governments to do it. You're not able to reach how you're supposed to reach, unless you open other doors. So that official door is one who we will get, we will help with, for them be able to improve past this. And that's the intention we have. And it's very much important for you, when the media people, they will be out here, for help us, for send that information to everybody in this country, when a meaningful and serious for help us, for push the issues. But because that is full of youths. And we're talking about employment. That's one way of engaging them and getting them out of the streets, not being involved in the push business with the talk. There are other drugs that will bring them fall. Because tomorrow, you are going to be our leaders. And if you're not prepared well, it means we are also going, our lives will be at stake. and sport itself gets that role to play. And we are all together, and we are the monitoring eye, making sure that these things are looked into, and when a human being affects small anyway, but the effects then go far. So indeed, we have a lot. But I want to stop here, forgive the others a chance, and see how we meet the point.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. No takeaway from meeting the Minister, don't say, that the fact that there's a deliberate effort for form partnerships. For work together. There's LFA, Premier League Board, and Dr. Emmanuel Zafar Abdullahi, National Sports Authority. Yeah? That deliberate effort there, I think, say for me, now it's supposed to be the spirit. So, I'll call back to you, Emmanuel Zafar Abdullahi. Doctor. Because Minister talked broadly on sports. And you said there's something for the sports. Before I come over to the sector player there, this night, now I'm interested in football. I remember saying the chaplain to us small. Small. You know, but since you take over 6 months ago, which in be your effort? How much partnership with the minister to talk about? You don't try for coverage, and waiting at the roadmap for you for sports development project.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. This is not the first time now. Coming from the media civil society background, sitting here. But make an answer a couple of the things, and thank you, Madam Minister, for pointing the issues out. So I take over the NSA on the 15th of April. So it's nearly 6 months in office. When I come in with a 7 pillar, which the minister also began to talk about before I came. So one of the things that was, firstly, for infrastructure. You know, we're not going for play sports if we not get sufficient infrastructure. We will not get sufficient infrastructure in the country, so we don't prioritize infrastructure. Again, the minister don't talk about the effort of SLFA. In the next year budget, we don't focus a lot on developing infrastructure. We also don't talk about enhancing governance within the sporting association. What does this mean? It means every association can be properly governed. You get a constitution, you get your executive, you get your annual congress, you follow your constitution. Because by that they bring fit come in the sporting discipline, we make them go to court. Now for we at NSA and the ministry support any association for meet that governance benchmark. So that is very okay. The third aspect we need to emphasize on and for ensure that sport is played locally. Over the years, people don't focus more on traveling internationally. Over the years, people don't focus on traveling international. It's not. And we don't decide, say, this is not the time for low play sports local. So if you say you want to play cricket, locally, let the people then look at what you say is you're good enough before we will support you for go international. We will move away from the practice where people just can't say, associations just can't say, we get competition, the government give me money, more we go. Sport has to be played in the country. People get for enjoy and force. We get for ready for go international. The other part of it is that we get for localized and decentralized sports. Sports not just about free time. We get other. So one of the conditions we are giving the associations that you want for saying a national sports association before they are all the districts and regions and in the country. You get for they all over the place. Also, we look at transparency and accountability in the sense that government is putting a lot of money into sport, waiting the sport associations that they get from their partners, waiting we they put in the table, we all sit down and look, say it will be partners. Then we talk about diversity, ensuring that we do diversity, whether you're a man, you're a woman, whether you're physically challenged, you should be on the table. But most importantly, we have agreed that sport should create jobs. for able to meet the president in Big 5 game changes. Sports are the biggest employer and really on investment. I'll give you an example. Last year, the government provided 5.4 billion for the male and female Premier League for 8 months. 5.4 billion created 3,000 jobs in 8 months. No other sector will give that kind of returns there. What we give. So if we put more resources into male and female Premier League, we put resources into the first and second division, they multiply the numbers. And that not today is stop now. They help for ensure say we take young people off the crime scene, crime in the streets, we give them jobs, we put them into schools, we reduce the drug, the banned substance use rate. So this now the conversation where they go around the sporting sector. And we're very firm on this. We next budget next year and for build capacity of sports people. So what are we saying? What are we talking about? We talk about if you want somebody to play tennis, give them tennis equipment. Let it get tennis court. We talk about for renovate in all the regional headquarter towns and districts, the other sporting arenas, not just football. So you talk about basketball, you talk about volleyball, you talk about swimming. Then next year, another will get for emphasizing. We're also talking about government for bringing equipment for give to schools and colleges and communities. So if you look the NSA budget will present, Madame they now will be on next year, so that we can be able to play sports internally. So what have we done? Sometimes I can forget things I wouldn't, because the minister will agree, we've been on a marathon trying to do things. So one of the things that we don't do, the NSA acts for develop 4 regulations, which has not been done, and we don't do it in the last 6 months. We get the sport development funds, we get the anti-doping, we get now we just do the national sport policy. We just do the national sport policy, and the ministry also don't do okay, the ministry also don't do about in terms of recognition and registration of National Sports Association. So they try to roll out the National Sports Authority Act. In 6 years, we think this should have been done, and now we're trying to make sure that it's done. We also, for the first time, said they host an international sports secretariat. NSA and secretariat for the traditional sports, African traditional games and sports. You don't see in the news say we don't go Zimbabwe, we don't go Namibia. Now people want to host international competition like traditional games. We'll talk about traditional games. We'll be small, we will play traditional games. We will play Tomopele, we will play Adai. Then games and then they disappear now. So the African Union don't come together and say, we should make sure say then games and come back. And the games that they play in international arenas, like Olympic, international sports there. So say, you know, the secretariat, Mike Samson Mustafa, the president for the African traditional games. So this for the first time we don't host an international secretariat. We now approve countries like Namibia and Zimbabwe for host the 2026 All African Traditional Games and Sports and the 2028 Games and Sports. So we also don't assess government infrastructure. We don't go around, we don't go to the southeast, we don't look at government infrastructure. The minister talk about the Ball Stadium where they in their need for renovation, and we are working towards that. We don't see, say, apart from Freetown, outside of Freetown, not only football people in play. The other sports them are non-existent. And so we are going to pay premium on that day. We also, they work assiduously with the Ministry of Education, where the Mamito mentioned. Now, we just know one for do Boxing Day sports. And this is not the problem we'll get. In Sierra Leone, we only get one national annual competition when at the Boxing Day sport. So throughout the year, the athletes then they sleep, and they do nothing, when Boxing Day they can then go to game. So we don't get them prepared. We are now going to create kind of 4 competitions in a year. We will prepare, because when we went to the Olympics, after the Olympics, me, the minister, and the president of the NSA, we had a conversation, say, look, we need to start preparing for the 2028 Olympics now. And that is something we are jumping into. We need to get more sporting competition. But most importantly, we are now focusing to go to schools, make sure we get more inter-secondary school competitions on all the sporting disciplines and ways they don't be gone. And we also try for doing it capacity. We don't encourage all the sporting associations then for developing the program. So far we are running, and we think say we get more for do in the coming coming year, for years to come. But I think one of the things where I really want to big on, and I think the minister said, we just come off finance, we negotiate, we beg for money for Leone Star. Sport is not a pastime. Sport is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Everywhere in Africa, we just come off Kigali, where Paul Kagame now, they make sport one of the major pillars because it creates hundreds of thousands of jobs. We Sierra Leone for take sports as dandy. Sports, they lead to solving, achieving 3 to 4 of the sustainable development goals that we need for tie down the aim. Because there are young people who don't want to go to school, not to buy force. So young people, they want to sports they want to do. But we can also tie the desire to go into school so that we will get a lot of people going through at least basic education. So the Sports Basket Fund is big for us. We go to, this year, government gave NSA 99 billion. It's finished. Leone Star alone took 99 billion for 6 games to travel back and forth. So we're saying, private sector, all of us, taxpayers, put some money into a basket fund, we will let for the go and work government every day. This now we get a regulation as Parliament opens up. We will run with that day so that we will begin for work. Make us stop here so far and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think you clearly don't show say you get together with the minister, obviously you get a clear roadmap, you get a vision, right? And also show partnership because for me, for the longest time, and I don't get one press conference, please. One press conference, please. For me, I think say one of the biggest takeaways. Unlike what we don't see, all tell you they say something. Also, they perfect themselves passport, this, that, all of that in a day. You know, but I'm glad we all sing for, the minister and leadership. Dr. Emmanuel Safabula said, don't come, you're the National Sports Authority. Instead, don't show experience and depth. For say, but this, nobody not going to do it alone. Right? We all will get the glory. As long as there's partnership and we work together. And I think c'est dans the spirit going forward. I just want to ask quickly, you talk about the local sports. Include nothing?
Yes,
Over two?
So you're looking for nominate 5 of the biggest traditional games in sports to the African Games. Then we develop the rules, then we begin for play.
Yeah, I remember saying, oh, it's small, that was a girl's sport, eh? No, so I think it will be beautiful for resurrected Canada. For who we get plenty sister in our house, see them play in there, and I think it was good. Well, we don't talk now, so we join the money. Anyway, moving forward, I will do the next 10 minutes, probably 15 minutes on this side. And then they will be for the 2 individual sports. Young brother Daddy Brema, Thomas Daddy Brema, Bezo, SLFA, and the other brother with the next 2, this brother I have, Victor Luis. I'll start off with you, Mr. President. What's in the happen with football? Salon at the camp. I know you get plenty of talk. You know, before I I don't say we don't see Leone Star play some games there recently. Under 20, we were also supposed to celebrate, don't qualify for the under 20 African Nations Cup. That is progress. But more fundamentally, what is written at the roadmap, written at the vision, and if you're able for touch and emphasize on the working relationship with other bodies, them including the ministry, that partnership with Dr. Safabula, don't talk about the minister said, don't talk about. How does it play a part in the roadmap and the vision, right, for football as a whole?
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Well, I would expect, say, Dr. Emmanuel Safabula and my Minister for put a whole lot of emphasis on that, because for the very first time in the football, the executive committee. On a give me something for talk. I will talk. Me not teacher. For the very first time in the history of Sierra Leone football, we now all experience peace around football. The peace ignites development in anything we do. Far before this time, either government here, SLFA defect or SLFA defect, but we have done our level best. It's not easy for fight for peace and maintain peace, but that's what we have done. I will run right through waiting me acting General Secretary just want to make a talk about. Yeah? And he has said about governance, we have ensured elections in all districts and regions for the first time in over 10 years. That is to say, we don't care as SLFA leaders. We don't make sure where all districts, in exception of one or two things will be settled later. All regions, we don't conduct elections. And that is why when the CC, Ala not they come out from the north, Ala not they come out from the south, as to Uda for there, Uda not for there. We don't review the statutes, electoral code, and standing orders of Congress, currently awaiting Congress approval. That is to say, we executive committee, FIFA, and the one that we're responsible, they don't sit down, they don't agree, say, this one a football association, na so una corona. But not we, SLFA go sit down, we sign and say, na so they go. The general body in football, the Congress, we are the highest body in football. Now deal with the go, we read, everybody understand, everybody say, we don't read before we enact them. Of course, when I don't say, we relevant na football. We don't play more competitions from where I become president of SLFA. In fact, for choice of words, the acting general secretary say, from a minimum of one, that is to say, now one competition will be played before I come. So no Premier League. And they say, we are not in the donor. When we don't come, justified by my acting general secretary, we are playing more competitions now. We are playing U12, we are playing U14 boys, we are playing FA Cup, we are playing Division 1, men and women, we are playing Division 2 for men, we are playing the Premier League for men and women. And what is important for you people to understand is we are using the same amount of funds, that same $1 million when they give trade. Now that same $1 million we don't take for all the competitions there are. International competitions. Have played all international competitions since I took office. Between November to December 2023 to present, we have played 24 international matches without funds from government. That is to say, we don't junior category when we take in charge of. We don't play in 24. We go, we come, we do this. Till we don't qualify under 20. Let me make this very clear. The junior categories in football is the responsibility of the federation. Pass who say we not able, then we go big government say we can't. Not to say government not be one giving money. In fact, let me make this clear. This government of Julius Maada, it don't support football. It don't support this we own SLFA past any other government in the history of Sierra Leone. That is the fact. And because of that, I will pause more for saying thank you to the government of Sierra Leone. Thank you to His Excellency the President for the support we dedicate to football. Our back and say that's simple.
Nasinga.
Amongst the competitions that we don't play, of course, we know we don't play 4 U17 and 4 U20 boys matches in 2023, 4 U17 girls and 4 senior national women matches, 3 U20 girls matches, and 6 U20 games. Because some people will go and say, how this man say they play 24 games. That's the breakdown. Go check your records and get it right. Continental qualification. When I came in as president of this football association, I don't like saying I qualified, but all man gets the own spirit. Sierra Leone qualified for AFCON in 24 years. That was a blessing in disguise. And for make known to people that it wasn't by mistake or default, we have qualified the U20 for AFCON. You want to clap for me, bro? Nobody go clap for me. What's I call you, Dave? Anyway, U20, the qualification method was simple. These are homegrown players. When we came as a federation, we said to ourselves, what do we do to develop our boys? We started sending over some of them overseas, not to government in money, not to the SLF money. Today, at the camp.
Sorry, we'll join you the next 4 minutes for round up. Before we finish with that.
I don't just wait for my cut and short.
Go through the issues there, quick, so that people come, because the questions and get for camp.
Right.
You have a good question there.
Okay, so for just because of what he has said, I will take the important ones. But you all know that SLFA has done a whole lot. We don't qualify for the U20. Congratulations to Sierra Leone, congratulations to us all, congratulations to SLFA. And then we get upcoming competitions where SLFA are looking for. Of course, we play the U17. We're on training right now. We play the U15. Down itself we can begin train. And then, of course, the men AFCON and the female World Cup qualifier. We standings in the men AFCON is very good. We are very optimistic that between the World Cup and the Senior African Cup of Nations, or the U17 will pull off at least 2 for join up with the U17, the U20. Of course, we all say we talk about the FIFA Connect. The acting general secretary don't ignite that. So which means when I know where really they say that player they Lions boy don't come now Blackpool. How we not agree that fed we don't take the game to a different level. You now have to register in a system supervised by FIFA. And I must sorry to say this, that system closes today. If you have not registered your team in Liberia, the former president George Okonwe in team don't relegate because in them not register in time, the system closed. They take the matter to FIFA. FIFA tell us say we're not going to get anything for do. We get for it next year for play. In Mozambique, 7 teams don't relegate because of this. So I'm using this opportunity for talking here. Quick, you have to register. This is not Thomas Daddy Brahma. This is not Benson Bawo. If you not register, you don't have to blame us. The brothers make a very, very quick, so 2 moments. Yes. Of course, we know infrastructural development. We don't do 5 football pitch. We one day they happen at Sierra Leone. I don't see go on world play. And then we are still waiting. Well, we don't get approval from what I have got from my acting general secretary. We can't do parade, we can't do where is it? Atuga Mini Stadium. And then we are waiting another approval for Mekwidu, Cambia, Mabuka, Kailau, and they possibly give money enough for forget that. Matujo. So once we do this, we don't get the structure, the infrastructural development the way how we want them. Football will play all over the country. And of course, we not only get back on that way, we don't buy 7 buses. 2 no more than we don't come. We expect the next 5 in the next 3 to 5 weeks. We don't get 160 motorcycles, which means every district will get 10 bikes for make mobility easy. The idea is women football play everywhere. We don't say we catch them while they are young, so they can shape 10,000 football to all the schools.
Thank you.
Like country. That's where I will stop for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, one of the things I would suggest now to the minister and the minister when they come back and that we are not for long, let the time frequently. Because it's in a plenty we get for talk. If you sit down other 6-8 months now, you call and come back now, no problem. 5-6 minutes not will do for us. We want to tell you plenty, thank you for the updates there and the way forward. Over to you, Victor Luis. I'll come very quickly. I hope to do you in the next, I'll give you another 4 minutes. Premier League board, which they have to for when did it start, how is it happening, how on a plan for that? In 4 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I want to give you a small report on how we ended last week. With the positives then. Obviously, you know you run a league where you will get out, but you can forget the gains that we make for it. Like the president talks, say, they do about 5 landing pitches all over the country. As a Premier League board, we will make sure, say, we take the games that are all from the team, we bring them down to artificial top. Whether they be elderly and the way the players and they play. And also, we will get for able for negotiate with AYB Media Empire for make sure, say, most of the games in the second round of the league, they be shown on the DSTV for the very first time in the history of Leone. Like we all say, governments don't put a lot of money in football, and that's making you get Premier League every year they play consistently. If you reach one team in this country about 6 years won't play football. But this time around, with the intervention of this government from Wodeka, 2018 and first in 2019, up to today, we get leagues every year. And this other 20 who they talk about the qualification one to African Cup of Nations. These are players that will play the Senegal Premier League. Nigerian governments. About 95% of our opponents, Nigerian governments, going for them win qualify into this competition. And also, when you watch that TV, when you see Senegal players and how they go play abroad. As a matter of fact, we get one young defender who about a month or 2 ago in the Senegal, when now they see the player in La Liga. And the biggest thing that they want.
Spanish League, yeah? Real Sociedad?
Yes, no.
Not to Ba, which is?
Yeah, Jumala.
Yeah.
This is the league where Messi, Ronaldo, Thierry, Xavier, all these big players don't play. For the first time we get a Senegal when we play. It's a big achievement. And this for from this league we don't Nadine Cassia. The last match we the team can watch about Spain with the scouts of Orca was against Mighty Blackpool against Martin and Silva. And watch up on that game day and obviously take a go. And that also changed at the time when they talk to. No disrespect to the ball, but we only see this way go around saying Nabi Baker, the big brain and all the rest of it, motivating the excitement. So that tells you, see, if government nobody puts money for the Premier League play, we don't get a success there. We don't get them. And Safa also talk about, say, football, not a cheap business. We need serious funding for even forget that results time after time, time after time, time after time. Let's say for example now, since when we get to Mohamed Kalon, when we get that talented, we will bring kind of multitude of money Mohamed Kalon bring catch this country. So we need to provide more players then. For instance, for what also if we continue to play at that level in that jackpot, it's a thing for God with company. We will employ Senegalese. And if we get 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 of that kind, it will help the economy of Senegal. So the Kasafa say we need beaucoup investment inside football. The Premier League we don't know. Even though, like I said, it was not 100%, because it was downside, few things. And when they try again to see how best we can kick another one.
When?
Very soon.
Very soon.
We have a tentative date for the 25th, but we're looking at it for
25th of
October.
This October.
But we look at it to see whether the possibility is or not because of few things that are going on. Yeah. So, like I said, President talked about the FIFA for the clubs and that's already start to FIFA. And we, from what I follow from the forum, we now get about over 75% of the clubs and all the already start. We still active deadline till midnight, and we hope say all man will for do on time. We do and all man in Alabama out in company. You will not do you don't succeed and help you other company when you succeed in doing that. So as a whole, we need to stay together. One thing we need is a sport and peace. For any time we something they can inside you can disturb that peace, we will make sure so we will not tolerate it. Because the football infighting make will not play ball at this country for 6 or 7 years with the past government. They will be able to handle and fine. No disrespect to them. But this government then come, they handle them properly and import on inside football, and we don't see the results and really bring up. And like the Dr. Asafabulai say, we hope that they will continue for pour more money and able for help SLFA in the junior national teams, especially this under 17 and 15 with the Caruso. For senior government, help provide funds them. And let them not think to say what they go and finance. I'm sorry, was go take money, they say money, they go take our money. But you don't even do so. What is of other countries, this paper football, will not be Indian, or not be trying.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So on that note, we are routine Minister Safadullah, doctor, I struggle with this doctor business. You know, say outside there now, I don't know. You know, Dr. Safadullah, Thomas Daddy very mind to Louis Doctor. So I think we'll do the first set of questions, but I guess I know the rules. We not sabi, probably because we know the camp. When I sports now, I don't camp. One question, one shot to any one panelist. One game superstar, one game person here, they ask pass one question. And I'm Mr. Kamar. So now 2 superstars. In fact, now 5 superstars they there. Me not a superstar. 4 plus Mr. Kamar make 5. So yes, 1 Pali, because you know been glad for that very much, give you the opportunity to ask the first question. Mr. Kamar 2, 3, 4. And the gentleman waiting at the end 5. Pali, fire. Many ask you question.
Good afternoon, members of the ITable and colleagues in the media school. My name is Pali, this is sport journalist. Mr. President of the Salon Football Association, in your introduction, sir, you talk about the district election, talk about the review of LFA statute, electoral codes, etc., etc. You say when they wait for Congress approval. Why the delay up till now for the Congress to approve this statute we will review in 2024? Then follow B.
No, you only get one question. Just one. You know, I will tell you, I just one question. 2. Give Mr. Kamara.
MK.
Mohamed Kamara, Sagara and the Watch newspaper respectively. Mr. Daddy Ibrahima. We don't talk about Bioboli with Mr. Ba. Real Bioboli is in Spain, and in fact, is second to last in the table. Now we'll talk about Saboli. Mr. When we talk about football, $1 million business, then you will get $1 trillion business. If I can ask you one question, sincerely, sir, how does influence over the choice of players play a vital role for the strong expectations they fulfill a law? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, you are the third person. First.
The stadium will have been serviced in 2 years. In our side of Korea and right for exclusive.
Thank you.
Now, we tell you say the stadium had 2 years in the theater, almost 5 years ago, so still there on. So, we want to know which are the same way we have done for rehabilitate the stadium and how many capacity we will get. Mr. Daddy, who said you want to
No. You're entitled to just one question. Thank you. Number 4. Number 4. This gentleman.
Very good afternoon. I'm Sophie Namelin, and I work for the Africa Young Community Empire. So, Mr. Victor Luis, we did serve as chairman for the Premier League Board. This new appointment that one did the second 2012-2014, and the first appointment we serve as chairman. But when you talk about your report, people do want to know almost like the couple will be received and how you spend out, and because there's a controversy still there around your reappointment for the third time. Also, 2 press releases they come from the executive committee and from the media department of the Silent Football Association. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Final question. Gentleman standing at the back.
Good afternoon. Mr. President, this question for you. Mina Bokari Kamara, I write for the Equity newspaper. And I see a press release where appoint board chairman, then later assist Lapa turn and down in another press release.
Who the board chairman would they appoint?
And
Victor Luis. Now Victor Luis is an individual. Alright, so I think you don't ask the same question this gentleman asked. That is noted. So you ask in relation to that thing? But that's the point. Now the same point is marriage. And like I said, you know, to emphasize that. The question. Okay, on that note, we will take one more question. Give this lady. The lady at the back.
Good afternoon. I work for the SLBC. I have a question to the President in relation to rancor in the controversial appointment of Victor. Waiting lead to that, we see another release from the other executive committee and the Premier League will start. Waiting at the current status. Noted. About his that's one.
Noted. Thank you. I will come back to the panelists then. Thomas, that is very much. We get the next 25 minutes. We're finishing at 3:30. If you Civic tell me that. Yeah, we'll finish at 3:30. So briefly, answer to the question then, and then the Minister and Safa Abdullah will answer to you.
Okay. Quickly, the first question from Bali is the delay of Congress. Bali, there's no delay of Congress. What happened was, we had planned for an extraordinary Congress. Because they're not be able to do the statute, the review of the statute in time, tell the FIFA people that are there. We look at it and say, okay, let's not waste resources. As an executive committee, we sat and agreed that we move the extraordinary Congress, the extraordinary Congress into the ordinary Congress. But when we did that, say the General Secretary, they give notification, and there's a period for that. We'll not be able to go into the ordinary Congress because of course, too many obvious reasons. So there is no delay. We go into Congress. I am committed to that. That's my job, together with the executive committee. Somebody else was asking about the choice of players helps to destroy the expectation. Please, camera. if Leone start well now, the first person really get the president was that Ibrahim. So I want to destroy that with my own hands. I will not do that. It's not the job of the FA president to select any national team. We get technical people that win at a job done, supervised by the technical committee and the technical director. So I have nothing to do with that. Okay? And then of course, the Premier League board. Everybody wants to know what is happening. The SLFA, since I came, we don't maintain peace all this while. No fence, no day. You don't expect humanity to be 100%. Who say 100% they look inside it, some compromise in one day. This is now one out of many situations, but we'll fix it. We will soon come and make a pronouncement saying we are together, fence no day, go out and enjoy football.
So, I mean, let's just do a follow-up. Until I make the announcement, the meeting at the status of the Victor is.
Well, because we don't let one left vacuum. Because we don't want left vacuum. Victor had run a successful league last year. And to me, the honest thing to do is to continue with Victor. But, listen and read my lips. The executive committee, of which I am the head, is responsible for such pronouncement. If when I go back to Article 37, they will tell you, say, what I do, I liaise between the SRFA, the president represents the Federation legally. I liaise between the government of Sierra Leone, FIFA, CAF, and WAFU. And so, if there are decisions that will distort or disturb the peace of the game, we can also get them informed. That is just what I'm doing. But I am consulting with my people. If you get beginner class, now the 30 dinner class, that begin they can set up, not to bad do. If we don't get everything right, and now we get small in that by this victories in business, we go sort them out. SLFE, we are the same, we are together.
So very quickly, number one, you concede the point, say issues there of concern, and that you agree to a logical conclusion.
Of course, yes.
Noted. Thank you. Minister, you want to get a word in quick in 1 minute on anything?
Yes, this is a very important thing. I want to make the general public know that we can always show interest in things here we can happen. Maybe the questions they pose to the president, they are our questions. Because recently the serenity here, in fact, when we come out the AFCON games, immediately we call them wisdom. We look at things together in a way, we understand each other for the way forward, you know. So some of them things here where they happen, as long as we know, we can always intervene in a way. Whenever we say, call me say cat, we call the parties that way responsible and see waiting to go on. I think the NSA self could be a witness. Right now there's a meeting because it should start with the NSA, and after which certain we will cancel as a ministry. But we get for good prudent structures and they will address not only the football association but all other associations that we do. That is one. Okay, but somebody was asking about the stadium. I just want to correct that was this morning. Not in 4 years it's been. Yeah, that 2022 is starting. We don't complete this 2024 June. Yeah. But because of the corona will be take place and the weather extremes will be don't happen. They talk to me for extending in November this year, okay? But as I told you at the beginning, when I be the program, when they give me self-view updates, I tell them, I say there was something very important that was left out. We will make we continue for the go games there, where we not go get better support, where we not go either the government will lost for money we go use for other side. You know, and that's not the seat installation. So we not sit down, we always concerned, we fetch up and down, yeah, we first, when I say first, not be easy. Say we therefore make the president of this country intervene with the other president of China, and now they don't agree, and definitely I will not give you a date because I told you the technical person is coming in October, this October. Yeah, we then do the last feasibility study, but they say we'll pass 1 year again. Yeah, then we'll do all that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So now just go to the next round of questions. I'm inclined for a college woman and more ask questions. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You asked me to. The president not answer the one already. The president answer one by question was already. We get to do it in the appointment. The other question you asked for scope of business. When we do retirement for Premier League board, now when they send out to the government of Sierra Leone and the Sierra Leone football, not to Yason, can talk about that. He bought with them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But then again, I don't know for comment because I mean it's a public interest matter. Victor has nothing to say. That's just I understand say you probably get responsibilities to government and one way for submit to. Or anything when our public interest I think say also go on. And not being a yard today, right? But at some point I think say if we go for engage your sector so that they fully understand exactly disclosure, give confidence and trust. Actually take them through the process. That is also very important before not standing up. Yes, next set of questions then. Let's do quick. 1, 2, the lady at the back, 3, other than the last 2 not be passing them. 4. 5. No start.
Good afternoon, members of the high table and colleagues. My name is Reginald Jukutu, and I work for Epic. You have one question for Victories, the outgone, or I got one question for Mr. Victories. When I be the PLD chairman and they don't be appointed again. Mr. Victories, I want to make you confirm to whether Bo Rangers and Banter Football Club will receive the winner and the runners-up prize money. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But that is second person. And I make sure so I remember myself for 2.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Suleiman Shalo. I work for F Times. Mr. Imran Sila, in your intro, you tell me say the MCC compact now for fix the broken energy. But all of we know see time without number, even since the day we Kanya say resign, where the president announced he don't take over for oversee the Ministry of Energy. And many a time, una from the government tell we see Salondo increase the access to energy. But today, if you tell me say because of the compact or the MCC money, Salon, we are under broken energy. We want for lay elaborate. Is it that?
Thank you. I don't see points. Whether inconsistency in terms of putting government in on the say and within the this update.
My name na Marie Mabundu, the report for News Times Daily. My own concern the female football team. It's not well publicized to we, like how the man they used to go. Gladly and one for go watch football, but now always now for the male side, the female side not to the. And also I want for
what? Not just one day.
No, continuation. So the speed of players, the male football team, is really slow because right now how football on the speed the different we go play match very the speed they make it they feel boring like.
Thank you. Without the fourth person. No, onto you. This man. Another gentleman.
Hello, Appreciate me, Justice from Sarah Fox Media. I just want to get a clarity on this because many times we don't see outside governments they sponsor the Premier Board with huge money, but again we don't see outside the board they come after. You know, we don't go come. We don't see outside in the call press conference or whatsoever as to how they don't use the money or what's going to happen. I don't know.
But I ask a question too.
Yes, the board.
Okay.
The board. Thank you. Then Leone got to give money, so one no to the winner.
Yeah. Final question.
Yeah, good afternoon. In Hassan, so Freetown Daily newspaper. Recently, we don't see some vandalism in football. And also, we want to know what things Slafa they do for improve on the quality of the referees and decision and how they protect female referees especially. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's now the last question for this press conference. So I will pass the mic over to Daddy Berman. Daddy Berman, you get the next 2.5 minutes for one through the issues there. Pinpoint. Right,
Madam, the woman we talk about female football. You don't say female football, my new sector in a salon, but we don't do very well. I don't know if you can go watch Mobima Queens. The game be full, it was well advertised, and it attracts almost every other important personality in the country. We are all there to grace them, and very soon we get other engagement for female tournaments. I will encourage you to come and cheer them up. Protection for female referees. When it becomes a woman business, period, it's always a concern to protect them. We are doing everything we can. Violence in football, here and there, some people like Iguna feel no more for go misbehave. Not so we know where they are in England, they are in America, but we only on a very minimal level is doing all it can for control violence. Yeah? Those are the two questions I have.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Another 2 minutes.
First question, I don't want more than 2 minutes. Two big questions.
We're not getting time. What do you think?
First question is about the prize money for Bow Rangers. Bow Rangers and Bantam FC. Let me just give you a small background. Not go small. For the last 3 Premier League, prize money given to teams has always been difficult because of money. Yes. The last 2 Premier League that they ran in this country, the board did not able to give the prize money. The SNF has to go in and assist. You can go and check that. Yeah, you understand? Let me finish. Then the last Premier League that also happened, the second place money of Mighty Blackpool was not able to pay my that board. My board able to pay for her. And this one, when the Bow Rangers and Bantam, we issue a statement say, before the kickstart of any football for the next season, they issue the not solve and get out. Then the second question, somebody asked say, government give up money, Leo give up money. I don't want to call too many figures, and I go to just few figures quickly. You understand? Gave $80,000, which is 1.9 billion by then. Government of Sierra Leone gave 2.9 billion. Put together is 4.8 billion between government and Leone. You understand? 18 Premier League clubs. Each club was given 185 million euros, which is 3.3 billion. When you look, the Premier League is run at least 60 million euros weekly for 9 games, an average, to pay referees, match commissioner, referees assessor, medical, security, and all these things. If you check that figure, it's a little bit over 2 billion. So just the Premier League clubs and those match officials don't take a total of 5.3 billion. Then when Leone and government don't give 4.8 billion of the money.
As of Friday, the Female Premier League Board don't send me the annual report, including narrative and financial report. With the talk to the Male Premier League Board for also follow suit. There is a disagreement about the Premier League Board chairman. We as regulators don't intervene. We don't talk to the president, say no, try to sort them out. We don't meet with the president, we don't meet with the dictator, we don't meet with the expert today. In fact, at 3 o'clock, that meeting will not start. The point is, we are all working together to solve this problem. And it's like it's a disagreement, and we therefore ensure say, affect the game, so that the league will start immediately. Like all other associations, the SLFA is bound by their constitution. We get up. And the whole Congress will never hold up. In fact, just yesterday we were discussing about the next Congress. We monitor at the ministry and the NSA will monitor all of the associations in there. Which will get for you, which will do next year, we get what we call category A, B, C, when they basically rate the associations. For the government, support any association you get for the A and B for all rate you. And so whether you're a football association or not, so as a ministry, from your point of view, we're regulators, we're regulating, and we ensure say we solve the problem. The government is willing to put resources into the next Premier League once we don't clear all of these issues on the table and doubt them. Thank you.
So I think this is supposed for, put to mind them at ease, right? Whatever the issues that exist right now, Minister Abdullahi, the minister, they're fully aware and seized of the matter. Yes, doctor. Fully aware and seized of the matter. And then make sure say they resolve them. So there's a commitment on all sides to make sure say this matter is resolved, then we move, we take football before. On the question when my brother asked me with regards to the update on this broken energy sector, I'll just say something. Facts then they, data then they, statistics then they. Is it true that energy access will expand in this country? When we come in 2018, when President Julius Malema was sworn into office as President of the Republic of Sierra for a first term, we were around anything between 14 to 15%. Now we can safely say it in excess of 30%, right? That's given. You will tap me down there now for me and say we don't solve the energy problem in this country? Well, the answer is no. Otherwise, MCC money not for don't come. When they go through the MCC conditions then, and when we get for Sidon with the MCC team in Salon for determine who side money for gold, they look at 2 areas. One, I think, in the water, and the other was energy access. In their own economic terms, and they call out what we call binding constraints to national development. Which they hold Salon back fundamentally. Which are the things that will hold Salon back fundamentally for realize what you could call exponential growth, attract investors, private sector growth, and all of that. And then come to the conclusion after that consultation, and it was nationwide though, after what they said they don't select you, then come to the conclusion, say energy, right? Now hold the key to this country in future development, right? And private sector growth for attract the kind of investment that we need. And so hence the reason which we make, we call a broken energy sector. Otherwise, all of which we don't do in itself, right? It's not sufficient. Yes, we don't get 120 towns and villages. We don't get solar mini grid project. Yes, we can sit down and talk about that CLSG line for Kono, Usai, Bo, Kenema, and all of the places they did. Yes, we can talk about the district electrification projects that we don't cover 5 districts that across the country, but that's not sufficient, right? Or change the energy sector for all of get to Usai we need for get to. And you need monumental investment. And thanks to His Excellency the President. Thank you to President Julius Malema for his leadership, for his vision, for his commitment, for the team we put together over and above all that. Because he instructed the Vice President of the Congress of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Junior Jallo. He set up the team in the State House with Dr. Kande Koleo. Now, he thought that don't go and give Dr. Kande Koleo additional responsibilities on energy together with the other sector players, the other sector, the ETSA, EGS, and all, EGTC, and all of the for make sure, say, as their investment they had in trickling, just for energy, we go for get a light and fix up once and for all the existing problems there are with experience, which has been perennial, way before President Julius Maada Bio became president, right? For as long as the Pope, I don't know and say the Pope was an altar boy, we don't get challenges in energy. Hopefully now for fix up and get on that. Yeah? So that is what I mean. And I think so we'll be thankful for this moment, we'll be thankful for President Julius Maada Bio, we'll be thankful for in leadership, in vision, in commitment, in travels. For 10 and 10, for example, me, I don't talk about. The next time President Julius Maada Bio did travel, I don't go look for hotel for going, wave and goodbye. If I don't get there, nobody can back, they go to Malawi, come back. And so, you know, His Excellency the President don't lead by example. And finally, we don't attract the right investment for. We don't for expand energy. It will cover everybody, whether you did Northwest, whether you did at the North, whether you did at the village, whether you mama come on a Kafukulomo, whether now Muyamba you come outside, Midani come on a Yahweh Mao. It benefits all man. Not the big tribe, not the big region, not the big Nazi. Finally, Team Don Bio. Team Don Bio. On that note, I think we did dead on time. We'll get an extra 2-3 minutes here. So I will tell you thank you for all come. Let God make we see back next week. I think next week the minister will be in charge as host. And I think say we'll get for do teaches them around United Nations, MCC. So it's going to be another big week, yeah? And the minister will be in the main conversations and then we'll get plenty to talk. We'll on a benefit for Salah Muhammad.
Perfect. Chairman, we'll go there, do picture. Group picture.